Duluth's police chief could be in for a big raise. Chief Mike Sanoa's current contract as chief was approved back in 2022, paying him $161,000 a year. Now, 4 years later, a resolution is set to go before City Council that would increase his salary to $207,000. That's a $46,000 per year increase. As Sanoa took over DPD in September 2022, when then Chief Mike Tuskin retired, the potential raise will be taken up by councilors at the upcoming June 29th meeting. We reached out to DPD to learn more about what prompted the raise. We've yet to hear back. Chief Sanoa's proposed salary of $207,000 would put him near the top among Minnesota police chiefs based on public records. The average in the state is roughly $130,000. For comparison, Sanoa would be making the same as St. Paul's police chief. For cities of similar size like St. Cloud and Rochester, their police chiefs actually make even more, about $210,000 to $240,000. The highest is now former Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara at $327,000.